Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here doing yet another Innistrad block draft. And amazingly, we've opened a Beguiler of Wills for the third time. Although this time I'm not exactly convinced that I should be taking it over Lingering Souls. Um, Burden of Guilt's also in this pack, which is notable, and there's actually plenty of good playables in here. These are all very good playables, in my opinion. So, even this one, just a ton of playables in here. I think, even though Lingering Souls kind of commits me to, black and white in the first pick, which is not great, I think power level alone on this card is pretty remarkable. And although I will be passing a Mythic, which is decent, this card is so strong. Lingering Souls just takes games over real fast, so I think I'm perfectly fine with picking that up. Alright, and maybe we could go with token strategy. I don't see any problem with that. The question is, I don't think I can pick a Gather the Townsfolk over a Tragic Slip. Markov Blade Master, Markov Warlord, pretty good picks. The Torture is actually something that I would hope I get one of. Sacking, although, I mean, it's not a great card, but sacking a creature in this sort of deck is really good. Black-white humans, because you get, like, Unruly Mobs and, I don't know, Doomed Wayfarers and Mausoleum Guards, stuff like that. But even though this is another little token producer that's pretty sweet and would go with our Lingering Souls, I think Tragic Slip is powerful enough where I'm going to take that over the token creator, so here it goes. Tragic Slip. Oh my god. Second Lingering Souls? Well, it's our lucky day. This would be the first Lingering Souls I pick up, so that would make this one the second one I will be picking up. It's also got another Gather the Townsfolk in it, which is pretty sweet, but we're just going to snap up another Lingering Souls like they're hot, and they are. Okay, so now we actually have a choice. Will we be doing Highborn Ghoul? Will we be doing Niblis of the Mist? Will we be doing Skillful Lunge? Or Evolving Wilds? I believe I'm going to be picking up the Niblis. Although it's not a human. Black-white certainly does not necessarily have to be, human strategy. But the nice thing is this is a spirit, and these happen to be spirits as well. So there's a chance, I don't know, maybe Gallows Warden or possibly Battleground Geist. I could see myself splashing for it at this point with double Lingering Souls. I don't think that's out of line. I mean, I'd like the Evolving Wilds for that, but Niblis of the Mist is just fine. Flyers are very good. Alright, well, I feel like we're in the right colors already. This is looking good. We're going to take the Skurzdag Flare, which although we have 0 humans right now, it's a removal spell, so I can't feel good about passing that. We're also in white, which happens to have, the most humans in it. So Skurzdag Flare is certainly the pick here. Okay, so we finally find a pack where we don't have anything on color. Alright. So, oh wait, never mind. Niblis of the Mist. I didn't even notice it. Well, I take that back. We're taking another Niblis of the Mist. Over the Grafdigger's Cage, which might be worth a ticket, but we don't care about that. Midnight Guard. Just stocking up on our 3-drops, but actually I think that's just fine. All of these are good. Midnight Guard happens to be awesome with our Skurzdag Flare too, so no problemo there. Okay. What does this terrible card do again? At the beginning of each upkeep, exile target creature card from your graveyard. If you do, put a token into play, and then you exile it. Oh, it's a spirit too, huh? Wow, cool. So you exile it at the beginning of the next end step. And you do it at the beginning of each upkeep. Okay, so it's really for, like, comes into play effects. I guess it works with Niblis of the Mist, right? I could tap a creature, but you have to exile that creature. It's like you only get one use out of it, too. I just don't like that card. We're going to take Silverclaw Griffin, who's just an okay guy in general. Third Niblis in the Mist. I mean, these cards aren't great, but they're just fine. I think I like it more than the double black Highborn Ghoul. I mean, we definitely appear to be way more heavy white, so double black looks really awkward there. And Niblis in the Mist is a flyer. Flyer of Spirit. I don't have any problem with these guys. Alright, well, I said I did want a Torturer for a sack outlet, but not so sure we're going to be heavy humans anymore, or that we're going to need the sack outlet from that. I guess I'm not exactly sure. I think at this point I value Highborn Ghoul more, just because it's actually a 2-drop, and Niblis in the Mist is superior to the Falconwrath Torturer, so or Niblis in the Mist was superior to the Highborn Ghoul, I think, for our deck, but Highborn Ghoul is actually superior to the Falconwrath Torturer based on the picks that we already have, I think. The evasion on this is actually really good. I don't think we have any Vamps, so, well, I guess we'll take an Executioner's Head. Wow. You know, these are much better than that. They really shouldn't be going round and round like that. I don't think. What does this do? No, I don't think I can do that, so we'll do Sightless Ghoul. I look for any opportunity I can to dodge Sightless Ghoul, but that's just me. Favor of the Woods it is. And we get an island. Alright, so we start with a pretty good pack, I would say. Double Lingering Souls is quite strong. We didn't get any of the Gather, but we got good removal here and here. Just keep the tokens coming, huh? Might be in order to pick the Midnight Haunting, although our deck would definitely have a weakness to One-Eyed Scarecrow. So something I need to keep in mind. So do I pick a Priest or do I pick a Midnight Haunting? Now that's actually an interesting question. Should I just go all-in token and then hope that I can get an Intangible Virtue and try and play it? I don't know. I feel like Priest is too strong to pass here, even though Midnight Haunting is pretty dang strong. I'd also like this Torch. And what do you know? There's a Brimstone Volley and a Silver Chase Fox in here too. All of those are very good for us. I mean, God, we're already in on tokens. Should I just pick this Midnight Haunting and go like pure black-white tokens? I think it might be just a tad bit too greedy. Maybe not. I like Priest so much though, and it works fine with Flare too. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Priest. I just want our curve to look better. It's not that Midnight Haunting was bad there. It wasn't at all, don't get me wrong. But, wow, this pack is, like, amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're definitely picking the Falconwrath Noble. I mean, that's no question. Double Lingering Souls and just chance to get more tokens creators. And this card's just amazing in general. But the fact that I'm passing a Fiend Hunter is, like, mildly disturbing. Elite Inquisitor would be awesome as well, especially since how, you know, we're so heavy white. Yeah, I mean, that'd be amazing. Even Doom Traveler would be sick, but we're not passing the Falconwrath Noble. That's just too good. This would be even great, too. I mean, we already have 5 spirits. Probably we'll get more. Definitely Noble here, though. No question. Here. Now here's a question. Guttergram looks pretty horrible in this deck. I mean, not completely horrible, but definitely not worthy of a splash. Am I going with Disciple? I think I am. I'm not super pleased with Disciple in this deck, but not really much else for us, and it works fine with Scourge-Dag Flare. So I guess I can do that. Works fine with Sightless Ghoul too, I guess. And works well with Falconwrath Noble. Alright, I convinced myself. Disciple it is. Guess I'm just not like horribly excited about it, if that makes sense. Unburial Rites? Do we have any impressive creatures to Unburial Rites? I think we don't, but the fact that we're in colors tells me I should just be playing this anyway. We still have an entire... I mean, otherwise I'm taking Doom Traveler, which would be great, or Interloper, which would be great. I'd probably even pick out... I mean, I'd pick Elder Cathar too, that'd be great. This works really cool with Flare. Sack it, and then Flare gets bigger, and you get to kill a creature. We're gonna pick Unburial Rites. I think just the fact that it works well enough with Flare is cool, but it's just an amazing card. We're on color with it. I don't think there's any chance that I would get it back, so we're going to pick it here. Now all we need is an impressive creature to justify it, huh? Okay, so here it's Spectre Rider, but or Victim of Night, but I don't think I can take this Spirit over Victim of Night. And it turns out actually Spectre Rider is terrible, in my opinion. The Intimidate on him, I mean, think about it. All the Spirit creators are white. It's just white Intimidate is so much weaker than black Intimidate. So, Selfless Cathar would actually be great too, but I'm definitely not picking that over the Victim. We take our removal when we get it. I mean, these guys are just a win con, just an amazing win con. This is interesting. Moment or Champion. How many humans do I have? Priest, Disciple, Flare, Guard. Not a ton, but he's probably worth a ticket. And the other pick is Moment and Village Bellringer for us. Really not considering the other two very much, and I think I like Champion just fine. Okay. I think here we're not going to play the Pureblood, so I'm going to take the Night Terrors. And I don't think I've ever main deck Night Terrors before, but there's a chance. Here we're going to definitely take the Unruly Mob. Has synergy here, has synergy here, here. Yeah, it's just synergy everywhere. So Unruly Mob is an awesome addition to this deck. Silverchase Fox looks just fine. Good outs for Claustrophobia and other random annoying enchantments. Somehow we've wheeled a Doom Traveler, which is snap pick here. Amazing card. I dare not say undervalued, but considering I just wheeled it, I'm really surprised. I think that just tells me we're in the right colors. Here I guess it's either we hate this from the random Delver deck, or we hate this from the random Spider Spawning deck, and I think I'd rather hate the Spider Spawning deck, because we're getting there with our flyers. Well, this kind of tells me there isn't a Spider Spawning deck, but I might be wrong, but I'm going to take a second Knot of the Bone here. Alright, sweet. Got a Selfless Cathar. That's awesome. Works great with all of our tokens and champ. I mean, we're not even a token deck anymore, but double Lingering Souls is sweet. And I'm actually glad I picked that over the Beguiler. I don't think that there's going to be a lot, just based on the way this deck looks, I can't see a lot of opportunities our opponents are going to have to have more creatures than us with all his tokens and cheap creatures and stuff. Alright. So what have we opened? We've opened Intangible Virtue. How many token producers do we have? Just the 2 Lingering Souls? Yes. I suppose I could have had a Midnight Haunting over the Priest. Perhaps that would have been better. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like this will buy me some time. Pike, how many instant sorceries do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, 6. It's okay. It's not a ton, though. I might just first pick the Virtue. I guess there's not a great chance I play it. Oh, I got the Doom Traveler, too. There's still a chance that I might play this. And what am I really passing? I don't feel like splashing in this deck. Otherwise, it would be like a splash for a Geist Flame, or... Yeah, I'm not even really sure. I think we're just going to take the Virtue and possibly play it, depending on if we get any token producers or not. Wow. Here's a pick. So, second Unburial Rites, which actually looks unnecessary. I'm not even sure if we're going to need the first one, to tell the truth. I'm sure I could... I mean, there's definitely targets for it. Like, the Flare is kind of a big one. It can sack itself, and then you can get it back twice and kill 2 more creatures, which is very good. Definitely, albeit slow. But the Banshee and the High Priest look real good. I'm feeling High Priest, actually. I mean, it's human, so it's got all our human synergies, and we have a ton of creatures, so there's a good chance that we get Morbid on it. But the Banshee works much better with our Unburial Rites that we already have, and it's a removal spell and a finisher. Morkra Banshee and Unburial Rites just love each other. Those two are just really sick together. So High Priest, I guess, works better when I create a token and get an intangible virtue. This is tough. I think I'm going to go with the High Priest just because I have the synergies. I have 2 ways to sack creatures, and then I've just got a ton of stuff that can give me 5/5s. I think that's the right choice. I guess I'm not completely sure. Here I could take a Patrician, but I think we're actually in the mood for some more removal. Otherwise I could hate a One-Eyed Scarecrow, but I think I'd rather just have the removal. I would definitely main deck this. We have enough creatures to easily play Torch. And in fact, I think this deck could easily play 16 lands the way that it looks right now. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing... I mean, Demon Mail Halberg, I should probably be considering that too. We've got the tokens to sack. Not sure. I think we're going to go with the Torch. I've got so many outlets for the Skurzag High Priest. Usually I wouldn't see myself picking this over something like Morkrut Banshee or the Unburial Rites, but I feel like this deck is a place where we can actually get it to shine. Alright, well, we've got an interesting pick here. Interloper, I think, is the pick. We have enough flyers where that'll be good. Otherwise, it's a Screeching Bat. I think I'll play the Interloper and probably cut, I don't know, one of these random 2-drops. Probably the Virtue's getting cut. I just don't think I can support it, even though it was a first pick. So really it's Bat or Interloper, and I mean, Bat, I guess, can eventually turn into another win con. Maybe I like that more. Yeah, I convinced myself. I think I'm going to go with the Bat. The Spider Spawning's worrisome, but I just like the fact that the Bat can randomly turn into a 5/5. I think that's actually pretty relevant. A lot of irrelevant stuff here. Could hate the Captain from the random. Well, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of green-white beats, because I got a ton of good white cards. I guess there's probably... No, there's going to be a green-white deck, but it's either hate this or take the foil Witchbane Orb. I mean, I don't know if I can pass a foil Witchbane Orb. That's pretty sweet. Foil rares all day. Otherwise, Stromkirk Patrol to justify the Unburial Rites a little more, but that's not looking great. I don't even think I'm going to be playing the Unburial Rites, as odd as that is. I'm not even sure if it's necessary. I guess it works okay with the flyers. No, I'll probably end up playing it, but I'm going to take the Witchbane Orb, not play that, but I guess it's justifiable sideboard. Priest or the Reap, and I think we're just going with Priest. More removal. Lets our flyers get in there. Our fleet. We have an awesome flying fleet. How good is Village Bellringer in this build? Not especially great, but we have flyers. How many flyers do we have? 2 Lingering Souls, so 6 flyers total. I guess this guy holds down the fort reasonably well, and he can be a trick. Sharpened Pitchfork, we have a ton of humans. That might be worthy. Probably not, though. I guess we'll take the Village Bellringer. Definitely second Unruly Mob is 100% justifiable and is certainly being played in this deck. This deck loves Unruly Mob. I don't think we got enough instants and sorceries to play this Pike, but then again, is there anything else in this pack that we are going to play? No, and we don't care if our opponent plays any of these, so I guess I'll take the Pike. Could have hated the Runic Repetition. I guess that's something that's annoying to go up against, but whatevs. Ghoulcaller's Chant, Abbey Griffin. Abbey Griffin's so horrible. Ghoulcaller's Chant's not great, and we actually don't have a ton of creatures that I necessarily want to bring back. Curse kind of deals with spider spawning, I suppose. I think I'm more worried about the spider spawning deck than the random vampire deck, so we'll take the Curse for sideboard. Purify the Grave is an excellent sideboard. Oh, wait. No, I can't justify that over the Demon Mail Halberg. We have too many flyers and creatures to pass this and not play it. It's too good. So we're going to take that. Works so well with this, too. Just yet another playable. Alright. Yeah, I suppose we can take a Skeletal Grimace. Alright, well, we played the right colors. We have a ton of stuff to do, ton of stuff to play. Definitely going to make this a 16 land deck. Not sure if I'm going to play the Highborn Ghoul. I might cut back on black as much as I can. But, yeah, that probably sounds right. I think I have a lot more white than black. Well, I guess not a ton more, but anyway, I'll build something and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I've built. I actually used the Moto's recommended mana base. I usually don't. It recommended 10 plains, 6 swamps, because remember we're playing 16 lands. Usually, I think in real life I'd probably play 9/7. But for some reason, I don't know, I feel like the Shuffler Online is just really weird about uh, screwing mana bases. I don't know. I feel like if I went 9/7 online, I would just draw pure swamps, whereas if I did in real life, I would get a good distribution. So I'm actually going to do the 10/6 that they suggested, which I think will be okay. I only have this one double black spell, and I don't necessarily need to play Victim right in the beginning of the game anyway. I don't see that being very likely because I'm more heavy white, so I'm probably going to be dropping plains early on and playing creatures and stuff. So 16 land deck. We top out at 5. This was my last card that I put in. I think I put it in over the Fox and the Bell Ringer. Unfortunately, I don't think I can justify Intangible Virtue with 2 Lingering Souls. Although, I mean, I guess that you could argue that I might be wrong about that. I mean, I guess there's also the Doom Traveler too. Let me see if there's no other token producers. I guess this guy sort of is, but I feel like sort of Virtue is almost like irrelevant with High Priest. If you get a 5/5 flyer, you should really be winning the game anyway, so this isn't really feeding into that so much. And there's just no, I guess that's all. That's it for like tokens. So I don't think I want to do Virtue. As cool as it would have been to try and bust that with Lingering Souls, if I had grabbed that Midnight Haunting and those 2 Gather the Townsfolk, this would have looked way more sick. But we got a ton of removal. We have 11 humans by my last count, which is just huge. These 3, the Double Priest, Disciple, Skurzag Flare, High Priest, Double Unruly Mob, Midnight Guard, so just a ton of humans. We've got Lingering Souls, which is just, you know, a finisher. We've got Noble, which is just, like, ridiculous, especially with Lingering Souls. So, I mean, we've got on Burial Rites, bring back our Noble, or bring back, I don't know, a Niblis from the graveyard to tap a creature. I could see that winning a game or two. Even our High Priest, in case he gets killed early on, get him back later. Value, value, value. How many times can I say it? I don't know. Unruly Mobs are going to be amazing in this deck. We have this guy is a sack outlet. We've got, or not an outlet, but you know, it sacks. This guy's a sack outlet. This guy's a sack outlet. So we just have a ton of those. This thing's a sack outlet. So those are all like just gonna be sick with Unruly Mob. This card should be great with Lingering Souls. Just a filthy way to end the game. We've got a ton of flyers here too. So we're looking really good, I think. I think this deck looks really solid. So I've got some decent sideboard options too. Night Terrors will be fine. Possibly Highborn Ghoul, although not likely because like I said, we're not super heavy black. Guess there's not too much else I'd want to sideboard in. If there was a chance there was a Curse of Death's Hold deck or something, I have no idea. Maybe I'd sideboard in Witch Banor, but I mean, it does stuff, I guess. Village Bellringer would probably be fine in this deck, but I think I like Midnight Guard. Those 2 are sort of in the same spot, and I like Midnight Guard more. It's more of a beater. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I will see you round 1. Wish me luck.